Hi everyone. So today I want to show you the next steps with our dotted mandala together. So as you can see, our paint totally dried out and dots that we did last time like kind of flat. So I already added a couple of dots with fresh paint and I want to show you how we are doing this. So we're just like pouring our tool in paint and adding on the top of the same dot that was already made. As you can see, particularly this paint kind of a little bit not stable, I may say, so I'm not adding too much, but I will come back later on to add a little bit more layers and this way to add volume to our dots. Not too much, but enough. Yes. So let's finish this one. I left it like that to make it together with you. So I believe we can leave it like that with only one line of the dots. It makes it a little bit more interesting. So just let me finish with this one. Okay, so now we need I'm planning to add a little bit more volume to these big dots also, but later on when this line circle will be finished and will be total dried out. So let's play with this antique maroon dots. So as you remember, we left it like that with just one color and one layer of paint. It's dried out. So what I want to do, I want to add one more dot on the top of this one with I believe this one that we did with 30% of white color plus 70% with antique maroon. So I'm choosing smaller tool that I've used for these ones, obviously, to make it like more visible, and still this dark maroon will be still visible from the perspective like finished paint. So what I'm doing, I'm nicely mix everything. You can see this paint has not the same consistency as green one. Okay, it's a lot of paint on it too. So what I'm doing, I'm pouring dot a tool into the paint and I'm going with smaller tool on the top like that. So in this case, as you can see, we're still receiving this small in the center, like a little bit more paint, but in this case I want to leave it like that, and we'll see later on if I will add more paint on the top. So this paints it a little bit like high in the center of the dot. It's just like maybe will play out for us like even better, and we'll add a little bit more volume. Carefully. As you can see, because of we added to this one 70% of 30% of white color, it's lighter. And again, not again, but one more nuances. When we are paint such small surface, we have like, we need to wait until it's dry out to go in further, because it is easier when every layers of our paint already dried. And if we are making small mistakes or want to add something on the top, we don't need to wait. So with mandala, with small mandalas like that, we need to wait a little bit longer. When it's a big mandala, you can like walk around another levels, and you don't need like to be fixed all the time with waiting time. So as you can see, it's much bright now. So what I want to do, we still have space between. So from my perspective, I want to do additional lines around these big dots. So, and I believe at this point we can go with the same color. Yeah, we can go with the same 30% of white. I'm just thinking what tool I can use. I believe I will use this one. So it's one of the smallest one. What we are doing? We are doing like something classic, I believe. We're doing like one small dot. And going around like that. It's nice. So in this case, you may, if you change your mind, for example, you can, when paint's still fresh, you can remove it, as I showed you before. And I'm thinking about it, and I want to remind you that the paint, after it's dry out, will change their color, and usually it's going darker. So just a reminder, that's why sometimes we need to wait until it's dry out, so we can understand, is it like working with our composition or it doesn't. That is a problem, obviously. But when you already worked with this color, you kind of know any problems may happen if you're working with something new. I like how it's play out. don't know, actually, this is one of the most big secrets that's like kind of mesmerized me in mandala dotting. How just adding a little bit small dots, like changing perception, and it's just like nice and beautiful. One of the way to go from the small one to big ones, big surfaces like big mandalas, I believe it's just like trying new colors or ornaments, styles on a small one for a person surface. Sorry, and after that you can go with a little bit bigger and bigger one. Or actually there is no rules. There are no rules. And there is no rule how you should like change your perception. It can be like opposite, so you can start with the big one first place. No rules. This is actually I like about the art, that you can actually do whatever you want, and any experimentations just plain always for you, because this is your project, your art, and you kind of do whatever you want. I'm not worried too much about this. As you can see, the form is not the same. I will try to correct this one. You can see, you can do this. Because the next layer, because it's so small, will be like we going a little bit on the top. So it's not a big problem. Okay. Are we finished? It's beautiful, isn't it? I like it at least. So, and you remember I asked the previous in the part 1, I'm taking your suggestion how we need to call this one. I do have a little bit like insights how it's maybe called, but I'm waiting for you if you want to join me in this process. So, as I said, I need to wait until these lines will be dried out, because I want to add a little bit on the top. What I can do, and I'll show you, I believe, now. Yes, just try this now. So what I want to do, I see this one like a flower, so we can do a little bit more flowers, but actually I never tried this before, that's why we are experimenting over there with you. So I wanna go with the light one, the lightest one, so I need to mix it out. Sorry, I believe I confused you. So over there it was like a drop of a white, and over there it's 30% of white. So yeah, this one is just like, let's say 10% of white, and this one 30% of white. Yes, totally forgot. So mix it nicely. And what I want to go with, I want to do dot over there. It's kind of not in the middle, but I believe I'll show if this is the middle. We are going in the middle between line and middle line if it's existing over there. So it's kind of the best explanation I can give you. And with the other side of the same instrument, the same tool, we are going this way. And I don't know if you can hear that bird started to sing. It's beginning of February now in our atmosphere, so it's kind of spring is coming. It's so nice. So, and we are going around with the same tool, big dot, and going between lines that we just made. We can, as you can see, we can move paint a little bit. Again, big dot. If you need more paint, you can pour it again. And with the same tool, I'll add a little bit more. And instrument, your tool should be always clean and dry, so you're not dragging, obviously, too much paint or another color with your tool. Okay. And going around with the same way. As you can see, when we are doing another part of this mandala, this color is almost dried, and it's not much, but lighter than it was. You can compare in the center, this is still the same, not dried, and over there it's lighter. That's why I chose for this dots that we are doing now. It's like, I may call it long drops. I see something in the center, so I'll try to remove this. Usually it's a drop of air. As you can see, I can't remove it, so that's why we need to be careful with. I will keep my eye on this. So we need to be careful with our surface. It should be dry, clean. Hope you can see it, yeah. I don't know if you can hear birds. It's pretty nice. We can add a little bit more paint. When it's dry out, this will add more volume to our drop. Okay, what I want to do now, and we need to be really careful because I believe still waiting until it's dry out and came back to you with the next steps, because I want to add some dots over there and I don't want to mix this paint, but which is still kind of not ready to be fixed, not ready to be mixed, sorry. So what I'm gonna do, when I come back, everything will be already dry out, and I'm planning to add a little bit, sorry, I wanna mix colors. I'll add, when these dots will dry out, I'll add a little bit more on every single dot over there, and you will see like this will change the total view. So it is additional volume. As you know, it's much, as we are trying to add more paint, but sometimes it just surface like absorbing paint, and we just can do like only adding on the top and top and top something. So hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Bye.